Sam Adibs, Overlord here, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 characters I want for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. With all the new direct and everything going around with these leaks and stuff, we got some opinions of what we want in the game mostly, but it's not really what could be in the game relevancy wise. It's more characters I'd like to see in the game. So without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 is Bandana Waddle Dee, or Bandana D, whatever you like to call him. This character has recently established itself as the 4th main character in the Kirby series, with number 1 being Kirby, number 2 being Meta Knight or King Dedede, I'm not sure, 2 or 3, it's 2 of those guys, and number 4 is Bandana Waddle Dee. He's always the playable character in like Return to Dreamland, those 4-player Kirby adventure games. So we think his relevancy is pretty good. People seem to like this character. I like him as well. I think he'd be a good addition to the series. He's got some unique stuff. He uses a spear. But that being said, other characters who use a spear could also be added. And it is a Kirby character, so Sakurai. So we know this, that he created Kirby games. But it's more like Bandana Waddle Dee, just a Waddle Dee with a bandana, so it's not like super Sakurai character, if you know what we're saying here. But with the chances, I think it might be pretty high. I'd say Bandana Waddle Dee is a good chance of getting in. Kirby series only having 3 reps, and just getting Meta Knight and King Dedede from Brawl. We didn't get anyone from Smash Wii U, and it's been like 10 years since Brawl, so we haven't seen new Kirby rep for over 10 years basically. So let's hope Bandana D can do his thing and get into the game. Coming in at number 4, we got Metal Sonic from the Sonic series. This character has been one of my favorite characters for a while. Back when I was growing up, Sonic Heroes was my favorite game, and Metal Sonic is the main villain in the game. I think his moveset could work pretty well. Something similar to Sonic, give him a few unique abilities from his own games, like in Sonic Adventure 2, when you can play as him in those modes. He has that crystal attack thing. He's got other stuff Sonic has. You can do some spin dash thing, you can float, shoot lasers, and using Sonic the Fighters, take some attacks from there. Some other fighting game, though, was some obscure looking fighting game, was pretty funny. But Metal Sonic, I think he's somewhat popular. He's not super popular on the Bandana Waddle Dee levels, I don't think, but I think he would still be a good addition to Smash. And doing the villains rivals theme they're going for right now, I think Metal Sonic would fit into that as well as Sonic villain. But only time will tell who will be in the game and who won't be. But yeah, I think Metal Sonic, he's got somewhat chance getting in, not super high, but Sonic only having 1 rep, and now with Richter as the second rep, Echo Fighter for Simon in Castlevania. 3rd-party reps are now a thing to have Echoes and more than 1 character for. So you know, it could be an Echo or another character of Sonic. But we'll get into more of that later with next characters we'll be talking about. So that concludes this character. On with the next. Coming in at number 3, we got the legend himself, Master Chief Spartan 117. This character is one of my favorite characters as well, Halo being one of my favorite series. It doesn't seem to have much Nintendo relevancy. As far as we know, the only thing or appearance he has on Nintendo is the Minecraft Halo skin for the Wii U, and the scrapped DS game from way back that was talked about for a bit or something like that. But you know, relevancy wise for Nintendo, it's not much. And if Microsoft does get a rep, it could also be Banjo-Kazooie. But I never played any Banjo-Kazooie games when I was a kid, because I started with the GameCube, not N64, so got more relations with Master Chief. And being on that, I think he would work in the game, because he does have unique moves. Sakurai said he doesn't like handguns and machine guns and stuff like that. That's why Snake uses like rockets and grenades and stuff like that. Master Chief could just use like plasma weapons, like plasma rifle or beam rifles and stuff like that. Could work, because those are like plasma and Covenant weapons, so not real weapons. Seems viable enough. Could work in the game, I think. It is a long shot, but Microsoft and Nintendo do have pretty close relations recently with all those crossplay things. They have like crossplay Fortnite on the Switch. They have crossplay with Minecraft. It's a bunch of different things. And we're not trying to get Minecraft Steve in the game. It's a no from my department here, folks. But Master Chief makes it in. It's going to be really great. But it's a high, slim chance that it will happen. So this is probably a more obscure character on the list. But that seems like it for this one. Let's get to the next. Coming in at number 2 is the Sonic Killer himself in the opening cutscene of his game. It is Shadow the Hedgehog. This character is a really popular character among everyone right now for Smash Ultimate. Well, not like everyone, but Shadow and Sonic fans in general. Because, like we talked about earlier with Metal Sonic, with Simon and Richter being third-party 2 people Echo for their game, it's possible that Shadow could be Echo of Sonic, just changes a few animations instead of Ryan just like the skating, maybe change a few moves with Chrom being a Roy Echo and his up B being Ice, like a mashup character. You could add a few things with Sonic or with Shadow to make him like Sonic but also not like Sonic kind of thing, and it gives more leniency with what they can do with Echoes. But yeah, Shadow, he played his game on the GameCube, Shadow the Hedgehog. It's a mixed game. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. But playing it when I was younger, I did enjoy that game. Even though Shadow just ran around with a gun and shot everyone, and it played those good songs in the game. Pretty good top tier music there. But yeah, Shadow, he is a very popular character in the Sonic series. Many people do like him, and I think he's relevant to the game and has a high chance of getting in. So on that note, let's move on to our number 1 character. Alright, before we get to the number 1 character, I forgot to add something about Shadow. We're talking about Shadow the Hedgehog, but we didn't mention his original origin game, which is Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast, later Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube. Just wanted to clear that one up in case people were like, well, Shadow's not from Shadow the Hedgehog, it's from Sonic Adventure 2. So that's where he originated from, and he was originally supposed to die off after the game, as if you finished it in the last cutscene, he falls toward the earth, and they say Sonic's last lines are, "Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog," meaning like he fell to the earth and he died, because it shows him around there. But the fans were too strong. They're like, man, we need more Shadow. This man needs to be in the game. So they revived him, put him back in more games, and that was the thing. And earlier with the Metal Sonic topic, it would be cool to see all 3, I think, with Sonic, Shadow, Metal Sonic. But I think Sonic, Shadow, the rivalry villain thing is more there rather than Sonic, Metal Sonic. That's just more villain-ish kind of thing. So I would like to see all 3. It would be cool to happen. 3 characters. Maybe Sonic and then Shadow would be the Echo, and Metal Sonic would be like its own character kind of thing, since it has like more different moves than Sonic and Shadow would. But I guess that's it for this part. And now we will talk about the actual number 1 character we want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. Coming in at number 1 to top off our list is the Jester himself, aka the Nova Comet Destroyer, aka the Wish Stealer. It is Marx from Kirby Superstar, folks. Marx was one of my favorite characters from growing up, because I never played Kirby Superstar as a kid, but Kirby Superstar Ultra is my favorite DS game, and Marx thought was some cool villain. Starts out, he's like, yeah, Kirby, yeah, go to Nova, get the Sun and Moon to stop fighting. Kirby gets all the star power, he gets to Nova, he's about to say, please stop the Sun and Moon from fighting, but Marx comes out, he's like, nah, slaps Kirby out of the way, he's like, I want to control Tip-Hop Star. So then Marx gets crazed powers, gets some wings, and then he becomes the final boss of Milky Way Wishes in Kirby Superstar and Kirby Superstar Ultra. There's been a few Marx appearances since then, some Kirby pinball games, some boss or final boss in it or something. But recently in Kirby Star Allies, he was part of the first Dream Friends DLC, and they gave him a full moveset of moving around the ball. He can kick it to explode, he can fly around, he can spawn his wings and like retract his wings whenever he wants, not just like Kirby Superstar with his form. I think he does have a lot of invincibility frames on moves, so it would be pretty broken. So we would have to like tune that down for Smash, but it is also Mark's is a Sakurai character himself. Sakurai made Kirby Superstar, so that is 100% a Sakurai character. Could have Sakurai bias, you might be like, yeah, we need this guy. And for Kirby, we more have like good characters. Like, yeah, King DD and Meta Knight used to be like villains in the older games, but in all like the late games, they're only enemies like when they're possessed or something like that, and then they become Kirby's friends. They help him. Marks, yeah, and Star Allies, he helps him out, but Marks is also the first playable final boss, if I'm correct, in the game, so that you can play as in Star Allies, and he was the final boss of Superstar, and Mark's Soul being the final boss of Superstar Ultra overall with the True Arena. So Marks was kind of dead before, like, haven't seen him since like Superstar Ultra or that pinball game or whatever came first. Whoever it's gonna say, like Superstar Ultra, haven't seen him since like 2006 or 2008 or whenever that was, 2005, I don't know, but haven't seen him forever. Finally making an appearance with Star Allies, but apparently people are also saying that Sakurai had the finalized roster by the end of 2015, and this is the case. Star Allies wasn't out yet. I don't know if it'd be in development or not, but Marks was a DLC, so we don't know if Marks was planned from the start, or since he was so like, fresh DLC, maybe he was in time constraints, they couldn't finish the game. But Marks wouldn't, I don't think he would have been really relevant back then. So if we don't see him in the base roster, I'm hoping we at least get him as DLC. There are some Mark supporters though. We do see those floating around in comments and stuff saying, let's add Marks and stuff like that. So, I hope that Marks is in the game as my #1 pick for the game. And also, we forgot one Marks thing, or like Kirby thing in general. Talking about Bandana Waddle Dee and Marks, I think both could probably be in the game. I feel like Kirby would be a big enough series to be able to have 5 reps for Smash Bros. But if they do only pick one, kind of hoping it's Marks, so we get like that villain character to go with the Kirby series there. Because, you know, we talked about Marks being playable as a friend in Star Allies, but he's more like the actual villain character kind of thing, more than King DD and Meta Knight are recently. And Bandana Waddle Dee would still be cool, and overall we do hope for both of them, but if we get one, we're kind of hoping for Marks. And that concludes today's video, folks. Tell me in the comments section down below what you think of this list, or what are your own lists. I'll be checking them out, reading some, see what you guys think. Do you agree with this list? Do you not agree with it? Do you think these characters have a chance? Do they have no chance? Some chance? So tell me what you think of it. And remember to stay tuned for some more content. This is Overlord, signing off.